And this should throw up massive red flags if you are even thinking about investing in this company. What is going on, guys? I hope you're having a fantastic day. If you are new to the channel, welcome. It is a crazy day in the markets. Before we get into that, I need to remind you that we are doing a giveaway once we get to 250 subscribers for an Amazon gift card. So all you have to do to get entered in to win is drop a sub and leave a like and chat it up in the comments. Let me know if there's any stocks in particular that you are targeting right now that you would like to add to your portfolio. And if you do have a stock in mind, what is the value that you are trying to pick it up at? So before we get into talking about the general market, we got to touch on Nikola Motors a little bit because we haven't done an update video on them in particular in over a week. So if you just go to Yahoo Finance, type in Nikola Motors, find their stock, and you can see all the articles and stuff underneath that are like associated with that company. You have to scroll for a good bit before you can find an article that is not related to any sort of shareholder lawsuit to Nikola Motors. And this should throw up massive red flags if you are even thinking about investing in this company. It is very sketchy to get into bed with Nikola Motors and buy, even at the share price level that it is at now, which is like $19 a share. There are so many question marks upcoming in the future, right? You've got earnings 12 days from now. You still do not have an official partnership or any like more details around a potential General Motors partnership. You did have GM come out, around a week ago and basically say, yes, we are still in discussions with Nikola, but I mean, just because you're in discussions doesn't mean you're actually going to get to any sort of a deal. For all we know, GM could be like, yo, we want 30% of your company now. So that would technically classify as in discussion, but is it really like they're, if that was the case, I don't see them coming to a deal. So we don't have any concrete deal with General Motors. Nikola World, obviously no plans there have been addressed. You've really just been completely ghosted by all the execs. There's been no new news, just a lot of freaking unknowns. And as the overall market falls, I think you can expect Nikola to fall faster and harder than the NASDAQ in particular, right? If they're a part of the NASDAQ, it's not like they're a company like Apple, Microsoft, or even Tesla, where typically, you kind of follow the percentage gains and losses on any given day with the NASDAQ. Nikola's gonna fall harder, faster than the overall market because it's a company that has a ton of uncertainty. And, if we were to get any sort of recession or anything like that, that is absolutely gonna hurt Nikola way, 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 way more than it would Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, companies that have, they actually have a product, they actually have revenue. And in the case of Apple, they actually have billions and billions of dollars of cash on hand. That is not something that Nikola has. So if you are interested in Nikola, watch out for a few dates. You've got earnings coming up. They're obviously going to be reporting negative earnings per share because they're not producing anything. They don't have any revenue, pre-revenue company. So that is one date we're going to keep our eyes on and see how bad the loss is compared to investor expectations. But that leads me into my next topic, right? We can't ignore the fact that markets are falling pretty aggressively here leading into the election. And rather than panic and think, okay, doom and gloom, the sky is falling, I'm getting all worked up because I'm excited because there are deals popping up in the market everywhere. I know yesterday's video, I mentioned that I was tracking and keeping an eye on Visa and PayPal. I went in today and bought a little bit of Visa because they are down now at like $180 a share. If you look at their recent highs, well, I shouldn't say their recent highs, it's like 2 months ago. So all things considered, that's pretty recent. Their high 2 months ago was like $220. So we are getting a company in Visa at a pretty good discount, off $40 off its high. And if you look at their 10-year chart, I mean, they have been crushing it. So go look for companies like that where they are off their high, where at least, 10% down, and go, especially in your investment accounts, or not your investment, but your retirement accounts. Go in before the election, buy some stuff up. If you're young like me, if you're obviously close to retirement, maybe the best thing to do is sit on cash for a while, see what the heck happens with the election and which route the market's actually going to take. But if you're young, you are always going to come out a winner in the long run. So if you've got quality names that you like that are down 10, 15, maybe even 20%, Go in and buy right now. Do not panic. These are the opportunities where we see days, a few days in a row where you just got red. That is an awesome thing. Like Apple down, $20 from its high. That is amazing buying opportunity. Microsoft coming down, right? They had all these great partnerships that they announced. They're doing a partnership with GameStop. They bought Bethesda. Like, they're doing a bunch of really incredible, amazing things. So look for companies like this. And I mentioned again yesterday, airlines, another sector that I'm targeting. Boeing came out today with lower than expected losses for their quarterly report. So these are big things that we can look at to see maybe sectors that once COVID is behind us, once we get the election behind us, and once we get stimulus injected into the market, because we will, it's just a matter of when. Once stimulus and things like this are injected into the market, certain sectors are really gonna pop. Airlines are still down 40 to 50% from their all-time highs. So there is absolutely value out there. You just have to look, you have to be patient depending on what account you are moving to invest in. Is it an investment? Is it a brokerage account that you want, you want to target short-term gains, or is this a retirement account where you want to target long-term gains? So have a game plan, go look for your quality names, and you should feel really good about buying 10, 15, 20% off the high in quality names. Do not beat yourself up, slowly buy the dip. And I think we're gonna get a lot more clarity come election time. Whoever wins, it's gonna be crazy until then. So just strap in, buckle up. There's gonna be some freaking volatility. And if you are really, really a Debbie Downer, you can always short the major indexes and go and just like Google index funds that short the Dow or short the S&P 500. So basically this means if the S&P goes down 1%, the short goes up 1%. So basically whatever the major index of the day that you are shorting does, you are going to get the opposite in return. So a bad day on the S&P 500, that would be bad if you were, just doing tracking the S&P 500. But if you had a short of the S&P 500, that would be a good day for you. So if you are really somebody who wants to roll a dice and you think that S&P 500 has 10, 15% to drop from here, maybe you want to go out and get you a short of that. Hey, more power to you. Personally, I'm not in the business of shorting the market. I prefer to just buy quality companies when there's a dip and then ride and then forget that my sell button is even there. But hey, I digress. So before we go, today in history, the Statue of Liberty opened in 1886. And if I remember correctly, I think it was a gift from the French. So pretty ironic that, one of the most iconic things in America is not even like made in America or made by Americans. It was a gift from the French, I believe. Yes, it is. I just confirmed that on their Google. So if you learned something today, or you like the topic that we discussed, anything like that, or even want to be entered into the giveaway once we get to 250 subs, drop a sub, leave a like. Let me know once again in the comments what you guys think is going to happen here over the next couple of days leading to the election. Do you think if a particular candidate wins, that's going to be good for the market or bad? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and I will see you guys tomorrow.